Hi, I'm Burton Christie, Global Tour Manager for Golf Pride Grips. We're on site this week at a PGA Tour tournament. And we're going to step inside the Titleist Tour van and see how they do some customization on clubs for gripping and some other club work. So come on inside, see some instrument work.
So today we're going to go through the gripping instances. We're going to do Jordan Spieth and his Tour Velvet 58 round. And then we'll do Steve Stricker, which is a B55 cord with a rib, a little closed. And then the opposite extreme is Zach Johnson with a 62 rib Tour Velvet with no tape underneath it, and the way he kind of aligns it. So we have our own kind of taping rig here. We've got a pad that makes it a lot easier for us just to pull it out, and then we can throw the tape on there, roll it right on instead of having to do it all by hand and work through it. Saves us a little bit of time when we're doing all our regrips. So on these two, I went ahead and put one full round on there for Steve and Jordan. For Zach's, all I do is we give him a little bit of starter tape and then just roll it on the tip. And then the rest of it will just be all grip. Jordan's just a 50th round Tour Velvet, logo up, one wrap of tape, and he's just straight on. Some of our guys, they're kind of split half and half, logo up, logo down. Some guys don't care if they see the logo, some guys really don't want to see the logo, so it's really personal preference when it comes down to it. But all we do, when myself or Dave are gripping, we're just squaring up the face, and then it's straight down the shaft. When you do as many as we do, you get pretty good at just throwing them on pretty close the first time. Oh, yeah. So Jordan's really easy to do. I'll do Steve's next. Steve, he thinks that his are square to him, but for other people they look maybe a little bit closed. So what I'll do is, the easiest thing for me to do when I do these for these guys is I'll set the face the way I want to see it in the vise, and then just put the rib straight on. So Steve is always looking. He's been a rib guy for forever, and he always wants the biggest rib he can find. So we've tried a bunch of things over the years, and we've kind of settled on V55 cord, 58 rib, and with him is I just set that face a little bit closed, almost square, slide it on, line up my lines, and whenever we have guys that are a little bit more particular with the way that they like to see their ribs, we like to have them just come in and sit with us while we go through it. Just makes it easier, so we don't have to redo as many. But he gets it pretty much straight on there. It'll look a little bit shut to most people, but he calls it the second groove. So he sees it just right on that second groove if you're going straight down the shaft, which actually is a little toe close. So that's how Steve does his. And then the most fun one that we get to do is Zach Johnson. So that's square. Zach's about 15 degrees open, let's say. And so you can see Zach doesn't like any grip tape underneath. He's just starter tape and then slide it on. That being said, with his rib grip, it makes it really hard because we got to get it on straight, and you don't have a lot of time to get that on there. So I just throw a lot of mineral spirits on there. Get a lot on there. And he also likes to stretch it a little bit. So not only is he playing one of the thinnest grips, but he likes to stretch it a tad. So just get it on there. Try and get it straight as quick as you can. And sometimes you'll have maybe some bubbles underneath just because you're not throwing grip tape underneath there. So we just got to start over at that point. And then, as you can see, he's pretty open. He's very specific because he likes to get in there and kind of turn those hands over. So I've gotten pretty good over the time that I've spent with them of just kind of getting it on there right the first time, and then not having to worry about it. So that's kind of what some of the typical stuff that we see for our guys. It's all very specific how they like to see it and what they want from their grips and what feels good in their hands. So they just want that the same way every time. So that's kind of what we do with our guys.